Hey, what's going on out there? This is Mike and Mare.
Hi.
And we're the show called I Don't Want to Watch That. Just husband and wife. We have a couple cocktails and want to discuss shows, the reality TV that we're watching right now. And it's Real Housewives of New York. You should know that. We're fucking in season 3 already. We're getting some really good shit right now.
We can't assume that they know that already.
Well, that's true. I mean, you might have just found this one episode, but that's kind of random. But anyway, while you're looking at a Real Housewives season 3, episode 9 or 10 and 11 podcast, that's you. That's all right. That's your business. I'm not going to judge. I mean, fuck. I'm cool with it. I like it, as a matter of fact, and I hope you like this. Again, I have no idea how you found it. But here are some other places where you can find it, and that would be don'twantowatchthat.com. You could find it on iTunes. You could find it on Stitcher, Spotify. You can go to our Twitter at Don't Want to Watch, and the O is a 0 because some fucking zero took the name Don't Want to Watch and didn't do anything with it, not one tweet. And then there's Instagram, where we actually got Don't Want to Watch, because maybe that guy, I don't know, fell off a horse and broke his arms, and he couldn't tweet anymore, so he never took that name. So I don't know what happened to that guy. I hope that's what happened to him, though.
Mike, the lamp is like right in my eyeballs. Can you move it?
We don't have overhead lights in the office. It's quite frustrating.
Oh, thank you. It's right in my eyeball.
It's quite frustrating, but that's okay. And we haven't been getting some episodes out as frequently as we used to.
Because life.
I've been going back to work, so I'm tied up 6 days a week. As a matter of fact, it's Saturday night right now. I may fall asleep doing this.
No, you won't.
I know. You know why? Because I took Adderall, like all the ladies on the show.
Lord above.
I'm kidding. I didn't, but they probably do. Not tonight. So let's go. So what we're going to do is we usually do 3 episodes, right? But because we're getting to what I understand to be the first trip of this franchise, what we're going to do is we're just going to do episode 10, and then we're going to do episode 11, and then that'll be one podcast. And then we're going to watch episode 12. And for those of you who are watching as fans, this is known as
Scary Island. Scary Island did start, though, with episode 11, so we could talk about it. But episode 12 gets... whew.
Like, I've never watched this show before, so I've actually seen things from Scary Island and not known what the hell they were. And they weren't in the first episode of Scary Island. So there's stuff coming up. Like, obviously, if you're a seasoned Housewives of New York veteran, you know probably how the breakdown goes. But it was kind of like a setup. It was kind of like set up to some more wild shit.
Yeah.
But there is still an episode before that even happens.
So let's talk about it.
Episode 10... Leap Before You Look. And pretty much there's quite a bit that goes on in this episode. There's not a lot of changing of scenery, but there's a lot of interaction.
A lot of haps.
Yeah, seriously. So this one is Luann and Sonja. They're getting ready
to go to the cocktails and couture party.
Yep. Alex shows up. And then right off the bat, Luann's giving Alex a talking to, because this is right after she just showed up and was like, "Oh, by the way, in front of everybody, Bethany fucking hates you, Jill. Yes. You can go fuck yourself."
Delivering that goddamn message.
Yeah, she's a fucking B-52 bomber with an American flag flying over Nagasaki, Jill, and fucking it's just. And she just blows her up in front of everybody.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, so right off the bat, Alex gets a talking to.
But Alex ain't having it. She ain't stepping down.
No, and, I kind of do respect it a little bit. But as much as I was a Bethany fan the first, 3 1/3 seasons, I kind of like Jill also, and I haven't dropped as hard as I have for her, so it's hard for me to take Alex aside because I do hate her so much also, just for living. And I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to decipher this, but I still think Alex delivered it poorly. So I'm definitely team Jill. I'm definitely team Jill on Alex and Jill is basically what I'm saying.
Alex kind of reminds me a little bit of she's almost like a sociopath. The way that she just delivered that message devoid of any sort of emotion. And then even when she's like, when people are coming up to her about it, she's fucking sticking to her guns. There's no sort of like...
See, the only thing that I see that proves that she has human emotion is that she turns beet red whenever she's cornered. Or like whenever she even has to deliver the message like that. You could, like, you're not going to get flustered
is
if you're
she just
a sociopath,
awkward then? Is she just awkward?
No, I think it's more, I think she's...
Every word that comes out of her mouth when she tries to defend herself through this whole thing was so hard to watch.
Yes.
Just like...
Because it's basically, and I wrote this down, I wrote, Alex is soft as she used Bethany as a shield to hurt Jill. And she should just do it on her own and own it. Because she had so many underlying issues with Jill.
Yeah,
and Bethany gave her the task to do. And Alex just fucking... It's basically like a psychopath joining the army. And then the army gives him a gun and he goes out and kills fucking 100 Nazis. And that's great. You killed 100 Nazis. And you probably saved the world from a psychopath. Because he probably would have killed a bunch of people like back at home. Just because that's what Alex is doing. But, like, that's what it is. Like, Bethany gave Alex the weapon, and she just fucking went berserk with it, is essentially what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a roundabout way to get there, but I understand.
Yeah. I wanted to go with Nazis, because I didn't want to get political and say things going on nowadays. But, yeah. So, I mean, Luann gave her a talking to, and basically Luann was in the right. That's about it.
Yeah.
Sonja shows up.
Late for
Jill
the party.
And Kelly. They're there, and Luann has to give Jill like a little pep talk.
Yep, fills her in on what she
yo,
said to Alex.
This is what's going on. I told her, like, yo, boss. I told her what's up.
Yeah,
and, yeah, it's funny, man. And so all of a sudden, Alex starts to look like a little bitch. Like her body language changes once Jill steps in the room. She's like, uh-oh. Yeah, it's basically like a slap competition. You just slap like a big dude. They just didn't even fucking flinch.
But what about when Bobby went up to Alex and like really let her have it?
She still
but in like
even...
in the most respectful sort of like, it would be something like, it would be, you know, when your dad is disappointed in you.
Yes, that's what I felt too.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Like that.
It was like, look, Alex, you're better than this.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you're doing this. Like,
yes.
What is going on with you, Alex?
There's no worse feeling.
Oh, when somebody, like, gives you a talking to.
Oh,
and that's all it could be,
when you're
like,
disappointed.
Yeah.
All right, leave me alone.
And he's being super nice about it, too. He's like, you're better than this. Like, he's giving her,
It's actually making me uncomfortable just thinking about it.
Yeah. And then Jill starts crying to Kelly, and... You know, you could have just called her, like if you would have, like, it's all, like, your fault for the most part. Like, in the beginning stages, anyway. Like, right now, obviously, like, you tried to reach out an olive branch and Bethany set it on fire. But, But, like, in the beginning, the ball was in your court for, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
How is she?
And then, you know... And then Alex asked Jill to talk, and Jill's just like, nah.
Yeah, she ain't doing it. Nope.
Yeah, not having it. And then Jill bounces, and Kelly's just like, yo, she's done.
Yeah.
And that's all right. After that, that's pretty much it. After that, we got Bethany. She's heading to L.A.
Yeah, going to see her dad.
What a fucking dickhead this guy is.
Yeah,
like,
my God,
she flies out there to be like, yo, let's fucking get this done. He's like, fuck you, go away.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and then, like, a week later, he's like, yeah, why don't you come back to LA? Why don't you take another 6-hour fucking cross-country
Well, I think he's gonna die. That's why she...
But he was gonna die like 2 weeks ago when she went the first time, or however long ago that was.
It was probably a little bit longer than 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, like a month and a half ago, like, whatever. Like,
I'm just saying, well, I mean...
we learned that Bethany's glad, so...
She's like,
it's more closure than anything.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yes, it's closure. And, you know, she calls Ramona before she hops on the flight, which I thought was kind of cute. She calls Ramona, and
Ramona
they
just
have
went through the same
thing.
With
her father, and they have a total heart-to-heart together. And
I wrote down Ramona's probably not on Adderall right now because she's being super
this
nice
Adderall
and
theory.
genuine.
I mean, listen, everybody.
Sonja's the one who brought it up in the last episode.
Yeah, she planting seeds.
Yeah. Could use one right now. So, anyway, yeah, that goes well. After that, we got Jill and Bobby. They are, what am I reading here? At Kelly's Gotham show. The Gotham magazine party.
Yes.
Alex and Simon are there. Luann's there. Sonja's there. And this is... Sorry, we watched this one like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Alex asked Simon to be like, yo, can you be my buffer between me and Jill? And he just sits in between, like, fucking Jill and Luann. Like, I need you to keep me away from these people.
But I'm going to sit here.
And then he just goes and sits right there. Like, right there. Like, so she has to come to them. It's hilarious. But single Luann, this is where we get, like, the first taste of that shit. And she looks like she's going to get the first taste of some court.
Court, that creep.
So, I have the word scandalosity here. I don't know if that's something somebody said. I don't know why I would write that, though.
I don't remember either.
So, also, this is the first we hear of, I guess, a recording future for Luann.
Oh my
because
God,
she mentions...
This is the start of Luann's singing career. And you are in for a ride, my friend.
I am very excited.
I cannot wait for you.
She refers to herself as the female Barry White.
Oh my God. It's just, Luann's singing career is so the arc of this storyline. I just have so many wonderful things to say, but I want you to live it in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to ruin it, but I'm excited for this.
Okay, very good. So Court asks her out. She's like, yeah, what's up? Let's do it. And then Jill says what's up to Alex, and then Alex is just like, nah, I'm done with you now. And Luann leaves with Court. Ramona's picking out wedding dresses. She's asking Avery. Avery don't give a shit.
Yeah, Avery's just
cute.
like...
This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, she can't get over that Ramona's having this wedding.
I don't understand how Avery's not the adult in that house.
I know.
Ramona and Mario are both the biggest fucking adult children ever.
They really are.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. She just wants to, like, finish her homework. She's sitting there, like, just stop coming in with wedding dresses, Mom. This is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
You're already married, and it's only been 17 years. After that, there's, like, some yoga stuff going on.
Luann takes the girls to a yoga center.
They have some pretty intense conversations here because I don't like to talk about intense stuff. We can just skip over it.
No, Mike. What's wrong with you? They're talking about their depression after divorce.
And their divorces, yeah.
It's an intense convo, but I think it brought the girls closer together, and you get to see a vulnerable side of all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Sonja, Kelly.
Oh, not Jill, though.
Yeah, I think Jill was married before Bobby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, she was married before Bobby.
Yeah, because the daughter's not Bobby's.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So I thought it was
No. It was very nice, and I'm glad that they all were open and honest and got to
you don't give a shit
a little bit. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Good for them. It helped them.
You're such an asshole.
So Bethany comes back, talked to her dad. There you go. Good for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was very emotional. She was happy that Jason was there. Maybe. I don't know. Again, any scene with Jason feels staged. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Jason
is ruining Bethany.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no surprise that she gets her own spinoff, and then.
Well, that's probably why they were staging some of this shit.
I mean, it was. I just felt like.
Or just like, hey, do it again. I think we had the conversation before.
Oh yeah. I mean, they do these scenes again. Listen, I understand that it's staged. I get it, but. It doesn't need to. I don't know. He's just so phony.
I understand. Yeah, no, he's a weirdo. I definitely agree. He reminds me of Patrick Bateman.
Right.
You know that? Yeah. For those of you who don't know, what was that movie? American Psycho with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Weird book too. It was a very weird book. Anyway, yeah, Jill and Kelly, they're out for like a meal, and then nothing really happened there except it was funny that Jill started counting every time she said like.
Oh yeah, but getting on her case about saying like.
She's like, there's one.
Yeah.
There's one. And then so Ramona brings some folks out to the Four Seasons. Mm-hmm. And this is where we hear about the trip. And she wants to invite them on the trip. And then right off the bat, Jill's like 17 years. It's hilarious. You might hear Rayed barking in the background because the alarm just went off to give her medicine, which she thinks means she gets a treat every night. But so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Just saying, Ray was barking.
Yeah, no, I understand. Thank you for the tidbit.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there, just in case. Because we always mention when the dogs are barking. So this is very exciting, though. Jill agrees to go, but definitely does not go.
Yeah.
Or at first. And then we get to the end scene of the episode, which is they're at Jill's party planner's place.
Oh, yes.
They're having a pre-dinner party type of deal.
Yep.
We got Kelly there. We got Luann, Sonja, Ramona. And then Ramona tells them that Bethany's dad passed. And Jill just got furious at Ramona. She was just like, how could you not tell me this? You need to tell me these things. And Ramona's like, yo, fuck you. You don't fucking...
Coming in hot.
Not even... Yep. Yeah, you're not even boys with Bethany no more.
Yeah.
It's not my place to tell you these fucking things. If you were boys with her, she would tell you herself. Yep. Fuck you. I feel you, Ramona, on that one. And then Alex is there, and she just pops right in and goes
coming
right
in hot.
Jill.
Everybody's coming in hot in this episode.
But it was hilarious because Jill just, nobody gave a shit what she had to say.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, we're going to leave the room, and Jill's just like laughing at her. Alex just keeps turning beet red.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing for her.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable just watching Alex. I just can't, God, she just creeps me out.
She looks like she doesn't feel like she belongs.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I know, and that's why they moved to Australia like a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
So that's the end of that episode. The winners that I have, they are everybody that gets invited to Ramona's trip because it's going to be, as Sonja says, luxurious. And the losers is Alex because nobody was taking her seriously when she was trying to be the hardest fucking the hardest hard rock in the room. So it was quite embarrassing for her, to be completely honest. You're a mean girl. You're whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You're like in high school again. Nobody like.
I agree. I'm gonna have to say.
Jill's just like, go away.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Alex is definitely the loser of that episode, and the winner is I'm going to say Luann because it's the start of her singing career.
Oh, so she's the winner for that?
Yeah,
okay.
She wins.
Okay. Okay.
And also the talking to. No, you know what? I take it back. Bobby's the winner of that episode.
Oh, because he...
Yeah, man.
He
that
came up looking
Alex.
like the only grown-up in the entire series.
Yeah.
Remember when Jill's parents came to town and they didn't like the car that they had, so he just went out and bought him a Lincoln?
Yes.
It's fucking awesome. That's the most baller shit ever. Like, oh, you don't like the rental car? I'm just going to buy you a Lincoln. So, episode 11, Overboard. Intro to what people know as Scary Island.
Yeah, man.
And we start off with Ramona. She's picking up Sonja. And Ramona, right off the bat, like, goes right in on Jill.
Yeah.
Like, she's not coming, fuck her.
Yep,
blah, blah,
Jill
blah.
not coming, saying because it's not about Jill.
Yep, and I think there's maybe a little bit of that, but I also think Jill just didn't want to be in the tight space with Bethany.
Yeah.
And that's understandable too, and I actually respect, you're probably tighter with Ramona right now, you should go to this, you probably need it a little. I actually respect the move of not going.
Yep.
Which I might change my mind on, I guess, in the next episode. Because like I said, I've seen memes. I know she's fucking coming. Anyway, so here we go with Luann in the recording studio
with Chris Young, that guy Chris Young, the producer.
And yo, this is what I wrote down. He was like, yo, everybody's been in here from 50 Cent to Ashanti. And I was like, what a weird range. Like, you play like a late 90s fucking R&B singer with a fucking...
Well, it was in the early
2000s gangster rapper.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to think of what year.
Without you?
Yeah.
Would I be without my baby?
That's a good impersonation.
Ja Rule.
Yeah, very good. I too was bamboozled. Hoodwinked.
What, by Fire Festival?
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's terrible though. Like,
yeah, Mike. Yeah.
So like I wrote down, like I turned to you and I
buy you clothes. Money can't buy you clothes.
Like I wrote down, like, why are they even entertaining this?
And
and then I was like, oh yeah, she's paying for studio time.
My
That's why
friend.
they keep telling her.
Yeah.
And you know what? To be completely honest, I'm sure it has produced income for her.
Oh, Mike. Fuck. I don't want to give too much
but
away
do people
now.
go see the shows because it's like
She
seeing
goes,
Spinal Tap?
I don't know. She goes on tour. She's got these fucking cabaret shows. She tours the country.
I understand, but I'm saying
she was
like,
just here. She was just at the Walmart.
Do people see her? Oh, I would have went to that if it was like.
I think it's Bravo. I think it's Bravo fans.
It's more like going to see like a stand-up show that's not like like your favorite person.
Yeah, she.
Comes
I think
to
she.
town.
Yeah, I mean, she like tells stories and.
Yeah.
Sonja's been a special guest before.
Ooh.
The girls, yeah, sometimes are guests. There's oh god, you're in. I cannot wait for you to meet
when
Luann.
things happen again in life, we'll go see Luann.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm gonna delete this. I run all the media. But yeah, so that's brutal. That's almost as bad as fucking the producer's haircut. Like, he's got the worst mohawk I've ever seen.
And the aviator sunglasses inside.
Oh, inside?
Yeah.
Ugh.
They're definitely, those two are definitely having sex.
Those two? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, actually. I think he despises her.
Really? That's
Yes.
the vibe you get?
I think that he despises her because I think that he definitely realized that when she was like, you don't have to call me the Countess, you can call me Luann. First of all, she's never fucking said that before, right? Never to anybody. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and he's working for her. She's paying him. So he's like the limo driver. So for her to have said that to him, that means she wanted to fuck. And when he returned with, nope, I'm going to call you the Countess, that meant no thanks. That's exactly what I got from that entire exchange right there.
All right.
We're keeping this professional and you're going to keep paying me. That's what I got. Yeah. I feel very strongly about that too.
All right. I can tell.
So now we're on the trip.
Yeah.
So
Here
the
we go.
trip is we got like Alex, Ramona, Bethany, Sonja, and Kelly, and they're walking out of that plane like fucking Steve Buscemi, Tim Roth, and Harvey Keitel and Reservoir Dogs. Like they were fucking bosses walking out of that plane.
Yeah.
Good for them too. They go right from the airport to a yacht, and that's where they're staying.
Yep.
And that makes it even better because they can't go anywhere else because they're on a boat.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so they're picking rooms. The boat is beautiful, and they're all having a good time. Yeah, well, it was kind of
like when they run into the boat, they're like, "This one's mine."
Yeah. Picking rooms is always like that. This was mild compared to what you'll see later on. Picking rooms is always a fucking issue on these trips. It's always an issue.
Good. I like issues.
Yeah, but yeah, so they're all Ramona's super excited to be on this yacht. She's like picking out her bathing, showing all the girls her bathing suits. I'm gonna wear this one at lunch. I'm gonna wear this one.
Were they going for fucking like 19 weeks? Because she had 47 bathing suits.
She has to make changes. She's got to wear
one
one
of them
before
had
she goes
literal
scuba diving.
platinum and gold on them.
Yeah, well, she's Ramona.
Okay, no, that's dope. Good for her. What was the name of the ship again? The Olga?
Olga, yeah.
That's kind of bad.
Why is that bad?
Olga? Who wants to ride on a ship named Olga?
I don't know.
I don't
what's
like
wrong it. What's wrong with the name Olga?
She reminds me of like a hard, like Polish grandmother.
Sturdy.
Yeah.
That boat is fucking sturdy then.
But Olga, you've never seen a luxurious Olga, is what I'm more inclined to say. I can't picture an Olga being luxurious.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I think you're being a little bit of you're stereotyping. Yeah, you're stereotyping the name Olga.
Oh, okay. Wasn't that the name of Cameron Diaz in Shrek? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
But that's what I picture when I hear the name Olga. Is Cameron Diaz in Shrek.
Oh God. Yeah, they're having. Well, they go out. They're having lunch on the yacht, and Ramona's all into it. Food always tastes better on a yacht, she says. Bless awesome. Her heart. And then 1 second later, she's losing her mind, and she needs her Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Needs her Pinot Grigio.
Speaking of losing their mind.
Oh, here we go.
Kelly is insane.
Yeah.
And this is great because everybody fucking sees it now.
Yeah.
Everybody sees it.
Yeah.
She just continually starts shit and then acts like the other person does and screams how she doesn't care. She has no, emotional compass whatsoever.
No.
Anytime anybody talks about feelings or emotions, she's just like, I'm from the Midwest. Give me a steak and a beer.
Give me,
I don't need to cry.
I'm going to wear fur.
Yeah. Fuck Peter. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But then she acts like the other people are all the crazy ones.
I will defend Kelly briefly. Here's why. The girls did go in on about Jill, talking mad shit. Kelly is still Jill's friend, and she was like, you know what, guys? I don't think it's right that you guys are talking about Jill like this.
If that was the way she put it?
Yeah, of course. Yes. That's why I said for a second.
No, you're 1,000,000% right.
And then Kelly just spiraled. She just, man.
The craziest thing is when she said the thing about lemons into lemonade.
Oh, man, that was great.
Because she was like, you just got to make lemons into... She's like, no, that means making a bad situation good. And, that's the opposite of what's happening. She's like, no, it means that way. When you make lemons into lemonade, it's bad because it got bigger.
Yeah, you're making something into something bigger. Yeah. Right.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, you Midwestern lunatic?
Yeah.
Go stick your head in a vat of hot cheese in Wisconsin, you fucking weirdo.
Bless her heart.
Oh, my God. And then she was like, I'm gone. And then the girls were like, I need a timeout. And then dessert came out, and she was like, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back. I feel better.
Oh, but also, her exit was phenomenal because she didn't know how to work the door.
Yes.
And she was like, fuck you guys, you're a bunch of vile fucking assholes and whatnot. And then she's just like,
gets to the door.
How do I get out of here?
Yeah.
And then the lady giving the desserts out was just like, oh, you push this button, you stupid fucking moron.
Yeah, my girl Sonja, though, staying out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Being classy as fuck.
I loved her face through the whole thing. She was just like, oh. It was like
absorbing.
watching a tennis match.
But she was like, all the girls are talking about Jill. I don't know this woman. I'm not going to speak negatively about her.
And good, yeah. And I appreciate Sonja for that.
Yeah.
I like that. So, let's see. Bethany and Alex, they talk about Bethany's dad a little bit. That's what she says. It's like closure more than anything. She's like happy. And then towards the end of that conversation, it was great because they were just like,
what's up with Kelly?
Was that?
Yeah.
And then they both laugh about it for a minute straight.
Yeah.
And so then you cut back to New York where Luann's on a date with Court. And Luann's out there. She's like, I'm not into getting serious. Basically, she's just down to...
Fuck.
Yep. And
that whole date was so creepy. He takes her to this old... it was a cool bar. But it was an old opium den in Chinatown. He's totally on cocaine.
Oh, he's bouncing.
He's
off the wall.
Super creepy. He's a writer, so he brings his book to give to her so he can get a little baby plug on the goddamn show.
Of course.
But
they have such a weird kissing thing.
I think he was trying to make out with her, and she wasn't having it.
But then she would start it with him with pecks on the cheek, like I want him to try but deny him.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was gross. The whole thing was gross. Then we go back to the trip, and there's snorkeling.
Oh, Ramona went snorkeling with her noodle.
Yo, That's how we went snorkeling.
Honestly, I can't talk shit because...
I was about to say.
That would be me.
Yes. And not only that, you would be back on the boat probably.
Crying. Hyperventilating.
Yep. Papito.
Having a panic attack.
Yep. Yeah, I've been there. It's happened.
Yeah. True story.
Yes. And there's a little Mexican boy who was scared of the water, too. It was Mare and the Mexican boy. Scared of the water on the boat.
Yep. That was... listen, that was our honeymoon.
I know.
You didn't really give any preface to who this Mexican boy is.
No, he's just... Yeah, it was a honeymoon.
He was on our honeymoon, and there was a family that was Mexican, and the little boy was crying as well. Also having a panic attack about his father jumping in the water.
Yeah,
because he was scared to snorkel, and so was I. I had a panic attack as well. Let's move on.
So I jumped out of the boat because I was like, I'm going to snorkel a little bit if you're going to just chill in the boat. And then the kid's dad did the same thing. And the kid just went to the edge of the boat and just yelled, Papito!
No!
The whole time. No!
And it was very cute. But it was also traumatizing for that poor child.
Oh, it was awesome.
All right.
So snorkeling's done. And now they're at dinner. There's no fish either. It's fucking lame. Sonja was like, I'm not ruining my hair for this bullshit with no fish.
Yeah.
And
when they were snorkeling, yeah.
So at this meal on the boat, Ramona assigns seats and she puts Bethany and Kelly on separate ends.
Yes, correct. That is correct.
And dinner's over, no big deal. And they're all about to do shots. And Sonja's like, this is when Bethany decides to open up about her dad.
Yeah. yeah.
It's like, oh, here's some Cafe Patron. So my dad in my life was non-existent. Well, no, it's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And then Kelly weirdly starts to try, in a way, defending Bethany's dad for his actions and how he was as a father, and just telling her she needs to accept him for what he is. Like,
yeah,
it just...
Yeah, it was real weird, because Bethany was like, look, if you're not going to care about your kid, why have one?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, Bethany, if he took that train of thought, you wouldn't be around. Like, so, like, I'm not definitely defending her dad whatsoever, but... Yeah, it was just very
Would
strange.
you say that to... I mean, in that situation, would
you
open
your... No, of course not.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the main thing, though,
yes.
too. Yeah. Yeah, that's the time to keep your
opinions
unpopular
to yourself.
Opinions to
Correct.
yourself. Yes. And then she just keeps going in. Like, well, after that, then Sonja there's a Sonja moment where she talks about her self-esteem, and everybody's being all super heartfelt.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Kelly just fucking destroys Bethany. Like, she starts calling her all sorts of crazy shit, saying she's sleeping around town, like, all these like, Bethany's engaged with a kid on the way, like, what an insane lunatic, like, that
goes
Kelly
off.
Turned into.
Goes off. She totally goes off. I mean, they kept telling Kelly to have a one-night stand. It was a little bit of a build-up before the big blowout.
Kelly
they were telling her,
like, attacked or whatever.
They were telling her to have a one-night stand.
Not to have one, but that it wasn't a bad thing.
Okay.
And Kelly was just like, I'm not doing that.
Totally.
I'm from the Midwest.
I wear fur.
Wholesome values, milk.
Ramona does come in midway and wants to go yacht hopping. She's
the Hooters
fucking
boat.
Bombed. Yeah, she goes to the Hooters boat next door. Bless her soul.
Yeah. When Kelly was like, I've never had a one-night stand, Sonja was just like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, Kelly, I just don't believe you.
And then they go back to the Hooters boat for a hot minute. Or Ramona and Alex are on the Hooters boat, and then Bethany just bounces after the whole shit with Kelly. And she tells them the story, and then 2 seconds later, Kelly and Sonja show up. And Ramona has to give...
Well, wait. Back up a second.
What's up?
So Sonja talks about her self-esteem, how it took a hit after her divorce.
Yeah.
And Kelly starts to get uncomfortable, and I think Sonja nails it when she says, when Kelly gets uncomfortable.
Oh, yes.
She gets uncomfortable with people sharing their emotions.
Expressing feelings and
yes,
such.
Expressing feelings, and I think she nails it. And then Kelly immediately goes in and starts bringing up old shit with Bethany, and then she attacks the shit out of her, and just
and then she just like
bizarre, like you're not a chef, you're not a cook,
it's so
like
weird.
calls her a whole bag.
Was like, what do you even? How do you even know any of that stuff? She's like, I don't know.
I don't know. So why are you saying it? Yeah.
What are you even doing, you lunatic?
Yeah.
And then at one point she's just yelling at her, nobody cares about you. Like, what the fuck is even happening at that point? Yeah.
All right. So now cut to Hooters boat. Alex and Ramona's there. Ramona's flirting with the Hooters guy.
Ramona's a million times out of his league, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
you really have a soft spot for Ramona. You love her.
She's all right. Like, I'm just saying, like, that dude was fucking like a salty sea captain, dude. He wasn't like the owner of Hooters. Like, he wasn't the CEO of anything.
No, I think he did.
Own the boat, maybe.
No, he was the owner of Hooters.
The whole thing?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe that explains that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
I thought he was just so fucking
he was giving out calendars. They were coming onto the boat with calendars.
Oh, all right.
They were all drinking out of Hooters cups.
I understand that it was a Hooters boat, but I didn't realize he was the I thought it was just maybe like a Hooters sponsored yacht or some shit.
No.
Okay, my bad. And then so Kelly and Sonja show up, and they are just like, Ramona has to give her a talking to. Like, yo, if you can't have peace, fucking bounce. Yeah.
Ramona wants to shut it down.
Yep.
She very awkwardly does. Yep. Makes a scene on the boat.
And then everybody leaves.
Well, no, not until Sonja sees a Hooter girl.
Yes.
While throughout that whole thing, Sonja's like, I want to see a Hooters girl.
I want to see a Hooters.
Are you a Hooters girl?
Where's the Hooters girl?
She's hot.
Yeah.
Bless her.
She was like 1 second away of saying, show us your tits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She should have been on like a fucking Mardi Gras balcony with beads.
Boy.
That's what she was about right there.
Yes.
And then they leave the boat. And then it's turtle time.
Oh boy, turtle time.
And Ramona, Alex, and Bethany just fucking dance the night away.
Yeah, it was cute.
Kelly and Sonja go back to the bunks, and they say it smells like cat pee.
And that was the end of the episode.
That's about it. So the winners for this episode, I have as 2 winners. First winner is us, because this was fantastic. There it is.
Wow, your opinion has you've really come to...
Because it's entertaining to watch a lunatic at work. I don't know why.
I am so glad that you said it's entertaining. How long have I been telling you to watch this show with me? And I just want to point out that you just said,
look, there's no storyline. It's good mindless shit, and it's fodder to make fun of fucking real human beings about, and that's what I'm about.
But I would just like you to say that, yes, Mare, you were right.
No, you were right. There's value.
No, you were right.
Yeah,
all right.
I just said it.
Good.
There's value in this show, but it's like ironic value. And I'll accept that. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and I had another winner. That was it was Bethany, because everybody finally sees that Kelly's a lunatic. Because it was so many of the other times in their confrontations they were solo. Like Jill fucking arranged it and left him in the room, so it was like the fucking singing frog from the Looney Tunes cartoons, where like only the one person saw it. So like Bethany for like the whole season 2 was just like, nobody sees how crazy she is. And I'm sure they watched it after the fact, but still now they're like live. They have front row seats to it. Yep. And they're confirmed it's not editing. They're just like, oh, she's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the losers are them, because there's no fish when they're snorkeling, and that sucks. It's the only reason for snorkeling.
I'm gonna say the winner is me, because I was right.
Nobody said you weren't right.
And I'm gonna say the loser is you, because you made fun of me all those years for watching.
For watching this? So I'm the loser for making fun of you?
Mike, you are the loser of this episode.
Yo, you're the winner, because I waited so long, and now we can do this. Like, this is what we're doing.
I said I won.
Yeah.
I know, I'm the winner.
But I'm not the loser. I'm a winner too, because I realize
you get
now
to spend
that
time with your wife.
Well, yes, that too. But there are live human beings on TV that I could just absolutely make fun of the whole
You're the loser.
Yeah, a little bit. Just know, though, if the Mets were playing, we wouldn't be doing this. So Just think of what had to happen for us to be in this position.
Again, I am the winner, and you are the loser.
Yes, as tens of thousands of people die.
Oh,
you are.
Oh, Mike, come on. How dare you? That was really, you know what? Take that back.
I do. I'm sorry. Yes,
Please take that back.
I'm sorry. But that's what it took for me to watch this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Them to stop all major sports. So, all right. Thank you for watching this. So what we're going to do now, maybe not now as in the immediate now, but probably in the immediate now. But we're going to give this a shot, and we're going to watch the next episode, which is the wild one. And we're going to put it in the background, but we're just going to talk through it. So in the beginning, we're going to be like, well, listen to the next one. I'll fucking tell you how it works. How about that?
Yeah, how about we do that?
Yo, so don'twantowatchthat.com is the website. Twitter is don'twanttowatch with the O and don't as a 0. And on Instagram, it's Don't Want to Watch. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, I think Google Podcasts. I've said that before. Nobody has confirmed it yet because nobody listens to this. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Speaking of nobody listening to this, we could see like where people listen from, and you know we're international. I just want to say that.
What?
We have some listeners in Ireland and Australia.
Say what?
And I thought that was pretty wild.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have like 18 out of 50 states people have tuned in from.
Not bad.
I fucking want to hit all 50 states.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, guys.
Yeah. So, you know, I hate when people say this, but rate, review, and share. But yeah, so that's it. And thank you for checking it out. Appreciate it.
Bye.